welcome back to my YouTube channel. For my returning subscribers, I'm so happy to have you guys. I can't believe that we actually hit the 1000k subscriber mark. I'm so happy. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. It shows that you guys are loving the content that I'm giving you, and that's exactly what I want. I want to give you guys value, I want to give you guys growth, and most importantly, consistency. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Why do you think more than 1,000 people subscribed in the first place? There's value to get. Anyways, today on my YouTube video, we're going to be discussing how goal setting can be connected to your success. If you remember properly, for my returning viewers, in the previous goal setting video, I spoke about a vision board more specifically, and I said that I'll explain more about goals in my next video, and that's exactly what I'm doing for you guys, and adding on to the goal setting series so that you can always go back to watch it in an orderly form. So let's get into it, let's get educated, and most importantly, let's have fun while doing it. Okay guys, so obviously the first question that you will ask is, what is a goal? Although I definitely described that in the previous goal setting video, I don't mind explaining that again because I like you a lot. So a goal is a specific desire that a person has and wants to attain. So this means that there's something that you really want to have, want to get, or want to achieve, and you want to work towards it until you actually have it within your reach. And that is what a goal is. There are different types of goals. They can be mental stability, growth. If you're working with, if you have like mental health issues, then you have a specific goal that has to do with that. It can be normal, just physical health, can be a spiritual goal, can be a financial goal, can be an academic goal. Like, it can be so many different things, so many different niches for so many different purposes. So obviously, now that you know what a goal is, you want to know, okay, people, get to the point. How do I set a goal? How do I know that the goals that I've been setting are actually important goals and that I've set them in the right way? Not even important, because every goal is obviously important, but are you setting them in the right ways? Are you putting them out in a manner in which they can actually be attainable and you can actually grow towards whatever you describe as success? So I'm going to tell you now how to do that. The first important thing is that you need to you need to know what exactly your goal is. What is your goal? What are you looking to attain? What do you actually want? What is so important to you at this specific point in time? That's the most important question. What do you want? Do you want academic growth? Do you want financial growth? Do you want growth in your relationship? Do you want social growth? What exactly do you want? I want you to pause this video and ask yourself that question and note it down, that this is who I am and this is what I want. Now, once you know what you actually want, you need to understand, why is that particular thing important to you? Why is this particular thing for you to attain being so important? Why is it so important to get that 18 in the next test? Why is it so important to get $50,000 into your account? Why is it so important? The reason being is that when your why is strong enough, it will encourage you to keep pushing on with your goal. It will encourage you when you're lazy, when you're discouraged, or when you don't even see any immediate success happening. But that why will remind you why you actually started to begin with and why you should keep moving forward. And that is as important as knowing what your goal is. Another point that I'd like to touch on in terms of how to set your goals is that you want to also figure out, is this goal going to depend on somebody else to help me, in order for me to attain it, or can I do it as an individual? Now guys, there is absolutely nothing wrong with needing or accepting help from somebody else. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because sometimes there's certain things that we want to achieve that we can't achieve on our own. But I also want to add on that it's quite an advantage to set goals that you can do on your own. Here's why. Hear me out, guys, before you dismiss me. I'm not saying that you should do things on your own, cut everybody out, do not need help. But when you do something on your own, you are fully in control of when it is done, how it is done. Because sometimes we depend on other people and their why to helping you is not as strong as your why to actually attaining the particular goal. And if this person lets you down, then you're not able to attain the particular goal to begin with. And that is not so good. I mean, lucky you if you have people that you can fully rely on. But it is really, really, really important to have most of your goals depend on you and only you alone in order to achieve them. This way you can also track you can track down your progress in terms of working towards that goal. Are you growing? Are you slacking? Is the growth going at a good pace or at a slow pace or at a fast pace? So this is also good for like self-development and self-judgment in a positive manner, and can also give you positive self-pressure because you know that you have nobody to depend on but yourself. So please figure out if you need somebody's help to attain this goal or not. Another thing you want to think about when you set out a goal is, when do you want this goal to be achieved? When do you want to have completed this particular goal? This is very important, you guys, because it gives you a timeline, it gives you a deadline as to how fast you should work or how much you're allowed to procrastinate, how much you should push. Because if you do not have a particular deadline for your goal, then there is no direction. This means that if my goal is to gain mass and muscle mass, by that I mean, and by March I will go to the gym every day, because I'm aware, why would I say March? By June, because I'm aware that June is around the corner and I need to push. But if I just say I want to gain mass growth, but I don't know when, I don't know how long it's going to take me, I don't know what deadline I have, I might as well not go to the gym today, because I'm like, man, it's okay anyway. I mean, I'm not under any pressure. But when you have a deadline, you're under positive pressure, because you know, if I don't go to gym today, my chances of getting to that particular mass growth by the end of June are very slim. So I have to wake up. I have to go to the gym. You want to make sure that your goals are realistic. You want to set realistic goals. I'm not saying limit yourself. This is the tricky part about the point that I'm about to explain now. Because sometimes when we're being realistic, we're actually limiting ourselves to the greatest possibilities that we can reach. But sometimes we are so unrealistic that when we don't achieve our goals, we get discouraged. So you need to put a lot of thought to this goal, okay? Again, it's for your success. You're working towards being a successful male or female. And the fact that you're watching this video already confirms how serious you are about success. Already should be giving you the confidence that you are definitely on your way to success. But you want to be realistic. Because if you're not realistic, it can also give you negative pressure to a point whereby you end up not doing anything at all, because there's too much for you to do. There's too much for you to attain. So you want to be realistic so you don't discourage yourself, so that you don't slack, and most importantly, you don't give up. Now, I like you guys, and I want to make your life easier. Like, it makes no sense to watch a YouTube video which leaves you confused and complicated. Like, you want clarity, you want something simple, you want something fast. So I'm gonna share with you guys this mnemonics that's called SMART. So it's SMART goals, and this is what you're gonna use as your guideline. So usually what I do, well, this is actually how, when I was learning about goal setting, what I did is that I take like a colorful, very bright highlighter, and I'd spell out the words, which each alphabet beneath the other, with a bright, beautiful highlighter and capital letters. And then besides it, then I would spell out the whole word that is represented by that particular alphabet. So the first letter is S, which stands for specific. You want to set a specific goal, which I've already touched on. Make sure your goal is very, very, very direct and has clear direction. You want to be specific on what you want. Like, by specific, I mean, if it means like writing out your goal in a sentence, write it out, but be as specific as you can. Be down to every last small detail. The next alphabet is M, which stands for measurable. You want your goal to be measurable. Don't just say, I want to be rich by the end of this year. Say, I want to have $50,000 in my account. I want to have $150K million in my account. Like, make sure you are very, like, your goals are measurable. I want to gain 40 kilograms. I want to run a 100-meter race in less than 3 seconds. Be sure that your goals are measurable. Measure your goals. This way you have something to work towards. See that? I keep saying something to work towards because goals need you to proactively work towards them. The next alphabet is A, which stands for attainable. Make sure that your goals are attainable. Emphasizing on my point on them being realistic. Make sure you can actually attain them. This can actually encourage you to set higher goals and more goals, and you will be now running and fast forwarding through to success instead of somebody who would then set unrealistic goals and be discouraged and be dragged to success or not even get there. So make sure your goals are very attainable. And R stands for relevant. Make sure your goals are relevant to who you are, to your interests, to your passions, to your capabilities. It's definitely okay to try and push yourself above the limit. I think that is amazing because it forces you to grow, and that is exactly what we want. We want growth, and that is honestly the only way to success to begin with. So if your goals are relevant, then it will be easier to attain. But if your goals also force you to push yourself in an uncomfortable zone, you know you're growing, and even then it's good. But make sure you're not pushing yourself to death. You know, like, be gentle with yourself. Every small or big or slow or fast step matters. Every single thing you're doing, even just watching this YouTube video, matters. So be sure to remind yourself of that. And the last one is they should be time bound, which is what I just explained a few seconds ago. Basically, have a deadline and have something to work towards. Tell me what you think about what I told you guys. Tell me if you liked it. Tell me if you want to hear more about this particular topic. What more do you want to hear? Comment down below how you feel about the points that I expressed to you guys, and most importantly, subscribe so you can get more value. Subscribe that you can see more of my face. Subscribe so that you can grow. So I just want to now connect the dots for you guys as to I've explained to you guys what goal setting is. I've given you guys what tips on how to actually set your goals in the perfect manner. Obviously nothing is perfect, but we want to work towards perfection. Now I want to connect goal setting to success, right? So basically, I can give you guys an example with me, and I think that is how you guys can kind of have an idea of what I mean as to goal setting leading you to success. Like, you guys, when I started with my goal setting, my goals were as simple as read Bible and pray and jog around the block or whatever. But even then, because I knew that I wanted spiritual growth, setting a goal to read my Bible and pray every day brought me closer to my higher power. And that is how I was successful in gaining spiritual growth. Like, when I started goal setting, I knew that I wanted 50,000 rand for my birthday last year. And now I had to sort of backtrack, because that's the ultimate goal, 50,000 rand. But how do I get to it? That's when I started setting smaller goals. I started backtracking as to, okay, what can I do? What am I passionate in? What can bring me money? What can I be consistent in? And that's how I started setting smaller goals, which got me ultimately to my goal and even better. And that is how I made much more than I thought, because I had set goals that forced me to work every single day. And that is how I would like to describe myself as a very successful 21-year-old. So that is basically how goal setting works, guys. The more you set your goals, the more you work on them and you dedicate yourself to accomplishing these goals, you will definitely succeed at whatever it is that you want to grow in, that you want to succeed in even. So the last tip I want to give you guys about goal setting is that in terms of the deadline that I gave you, if you know that your deadline, the deadline point that I gave you, if you know your deadline is by the end of the year, make sure that you backtrack it. Make sure that you have a yearly goal and then you like push it down to a quarterly goal, then push it down to a monthly goal, push it down to a weekly goal, and then to a daily goal. So that every single day you're working, even if it feels like you're making small steps, even if it feels like you're not making much progress, you know that you're working towards that bigger picture. You are very sure that you have clear direction and that you're actively working towards that goal. Now guys, I had a lot of fun researching about this topic, making sure that I have my facts right, making sure that I plan this content for you guys. And so I'm very sure that you enjoyed my video. I'm very sure that you loved it and that you got the value that even I got from actually researching about this and learning more about this particular topic. Thank you for watching till this far, and I hope that you've subscribed. You definitely have, if you watch until this far, and look out for the next video. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a beautiful day and have a beautiful goal setting ahead of you. Bye guys.